Hey guys, what is up? My name is Mike, and today this is how outside looks. In the corner over there, it's getting a little bit cloudy, and it's going to be raining because it was hailing earlier today, which is very interesting for the fact that it's approaching the middle of April. But I guess that's Chicago weather. So the rest of this video will be done inside. Hey guys, what's up? And we're back inside. So today's topic is going to be about being unconscious, in an unconscious state of mind. So there's three state of minds, I guess you could say. Well, this is only a theory, like everything is a theory. It can be disproven. But anyways, this is just the simple way to explain this. Sorry, there was a message. So there's the state of being unconscious. There's the state of being conscious. You know, you're aware of your surroundings. And then there's the state of being enlightened. Now, the middle state, being conscious, can also be called the awakening. You know, when you awaken, you're just able to see things. And then enlightenment, the difference between enlightenment and the awakening is the awakening, you see things and you want to do something. But enlightenment is actually doing that. So you take a step forward to progress. You actually put in your time and effort and maybe even money or whatever it is to go forward with whatever it is that you want to do. So it could be anything, environmental or spiritual, or, you realize something big about your life that you want to make a new change, right? So anyways, being unconscious, what do I mean by that? So most likely every single person who's watching this video has been unconscious at some point. And this is very simple because, most likely you have a TV. And if you don't have a TV, you definitely have a computer or a phone or a tablet or however you're watching YouTube right now. And if you have some piece of technology, there was some point in time where you got distracted. You were working on homework or you were procrastinating your work. And you decided, hey, I've got time to kill. Or maybe I don't have time to kill, but I still am bored and I want to check out what's going on in the world. So I go on news stations, right? Or you go on YouTube to find humor or, some entertaining videos or, gameplay or the latest movie trailers or whatever it is, right? So being unconscious is basically wasting your valuable time by kind of shutting off your brain and you're not observing your surroundings. You're not really, you're not, I'll turn off the screen there, sort of a little bit better, just so my glasses don't reflect. But anyways, so you basically are turning off your mind to kill time doing whatever activity it is because you got back from work, you got back from school, you got back from somewhere, or maybe you didn't get back from anywhere. You just are bored with life. You're maybe a little bit depressed and you just want something to numb the pain, right? So you turn on the TV, you go on YouTube, you go on your phone, you play video games, you just do things that seem pretty normal. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with these activities. I mean, they're fun. I admit I do it a lot too. But there's, like with anything, limits. You can't overdo it, right? You can't overdo food because then you get unhealthy and then your body doesn't feel the same, right? It doesn't feel good, and then your mind doesn't feel good. You're not getting nutrition, right? So same with TV or same with the internet or video games. You do too much of them, they don't turn fun anymore. They turn very degenerative, They don't progress you anywhere where you want to go. I mean, you might think you're going somewhere, but in reality you're not, because the next episode is going on, or you've been playing for 5 hours now, and that is just unhealthy. Your mind is not expanding. You're not gaining knowledge through this, unless you are, which in that point it's not being unconscious. For example, there's different activities, which the very simple comparison is reading a book compared to being online. So, so reading a book compared to playing a shooter-up video game, right? So being online, let's go back to that. Being online, well, you could be on, let's say, I like preferably the Daily Mail. That's my time killer right there, just because there's strange news always on there. And I like visiting this site because there's strange news and it fascinates me, and I only spend a few minutes on there, but I scroll through, and later on in the day I might reload it and I might spend another few minutes. And that's all right, but if you're spending hours and hours watching stupid news, which really doesn't give you much knowledge, let's say you watch celebrity news instead of what's going on in the Middle East or what's going on with the economy or something like that, you're gaining knowledge that really doesn't affect your life, and it kind of might make you feel even worse because, I mean, it's a psychological thing, really. So if you're the type of person that when you get back and you would just want to relax and you read a book and you want to expand your knowledge and you want to keep going, let's say you want to be a lawyer, right? You come back from work or you come back from college, right? And in your free time, you go online, you go on forums, you discuss with mentors, you discuss with already lawyers about their jobs, about what they feel, they like about it, all the information. And you're just trying to suck it up. You're like a sponge. You're just going on forums, you're reading books, you're watching videos. Everything is for progression with your career, right? If you're doing that, that's great. That's fantastic. You're conscious, you're awakened. You're doing something that will help you progress in life. Now, I also wanted to say something. Some people believe that it's like a spiritual thing. Me, I don't really care. I don't think it necessarily has to be a spiritual thing. It certainly could be if you want to think that way. But being awakened and enlightened, those are just terms. Those are just vocab words that really don't have that much meaning, because for each person it's a different perspective. Each word has a different meaning to somebody, but I use these words just to be able to kind of give you an idea, to be able to communicate what I want to say to you. So you can't just go, oh, I'm enlightened, I'm enlightened, I know everything, I'm different, right? I mean, you could say that, but people will be like, okay, well, right. It's kind of like saying you're humble, I'm humble. No, you're not if you say that. So if you're enlightened, you wouldn't say I'm enlightened. Something like that, along those lines. But anyways, so let's move on from, being unconscious is wasting your time, doing activities maybe that bring fun and pleasure, but maybe doing them too much. And then you go into being awake, right? You understand that these activities aren't bringing you anything that is to your advantage. You don't play video games, you don't have a TV, you go online and you work, and every now and then you might watch a movie, but you try and limit yourself so you understand what's going on. You're observing the world more, you're observing your surroundings, and you're living a little bit better because your mind is able to rest and it's not being fed bullshit, right? And then being enlightened, the next level, right, a different step, is you realize what's going on, and then you also, let's say there's a problem, right? You want to be a lawyer, but there's a problem, there's some obstacles in your path to become a lawyer. So you take whatever steps need to be taken to remove those obstacles, and at that point you're enlightened because you observe what needs to be done, and then you go forward and you do it. And at that point, you just keep going into this little spiral, into this good spiral. It's a good spiral all the way up to being progressive as possible, and this never stops, because if you do stop, well, at that point it becomes degenerative. It goes back down. So you always have to keep going forward. Always got to keep going forward. Now, I'm not saying, stop watching TV and go outside and play, although that is good. I'm just saying limit yourself, right? Don't make your whole day be something that will make you unconscious. Actually further yourself in knowledge, and you might understand more things about the world. And if you do have a better understanding, you might be happier, and it might make you feel just better. So try it out. If you're watching way too much TV, if you're playing way too much video games, if you're spending way too much time on the internet doing crappy things, and you're bored or depressed with life, or you're upset with something, think about what you want to do, observe it, and then realize, hey, what obstacles are stopping me from doing what I want to do? And is it too much TV? Okay, I'll limit myself to TV. And also, I'll take these steps to get to where I want to be. All right, so hopefully I explained that. A knife? A knife? What? What was that? Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Well, hopefully I explained that well enough. And I wish you guys a beautiful night of sleep. Sweet dreams and namaste.